Okay, in this lesson we're going to take a look at Chuck Berry's guitar solo in Johnny B. Goode. If you watched, and hopefully you did, watch the first lesson on Johnny B. Goode, we talked about how the song is in B flat, it's a 12-bar blues pattern, and he's using a lot of double stops in mixolydian mode mixed with the blues scale to give it that more upbeat sound. So there's basically two solos. The solo goes around two entire changes, so 24 bars total. And it starts with this lick. Okay, that's how it goes. So let's just take it a bit at a time. So it starts like that. Slide up to the 7 on the G string, then the 6s to the 8 on the G string. Then we have a series of double stops again. 6s, 8 on the B and G, 6 on the B and G with a quick hammer onto the 7, and then to the 8 on the D string. This is a recurring theme throughout the solo. So it's a really quick hammer on there. So he does it twice in a row, okay? And then he does a series of short ones. 2 short ones. So okay, then we have, so that's 6 alternated with this 8 fret 8 on the G string. Okay, so get that far and then we'll take a look at what's after that. So we got a and that finishes out the first round. So first thing, bend on the 8th fret of the G string, and then 6 on the high E to 9 on the B. Then he does a little climb down, or a walk down the mixolydian scale. So 8, 6, 9, 8, 6. And then, I'm sorry, 8. That quick hammer on again. So we got. Then we have this another recurring theme. So he does this little rake, similar to the one we did in the intro. Eight, 6, 7. Then he does it again, but he adds some 6s in front of it. So it's on the third one, he goes to the 8 there. So it's and then he does another one. Okay, so it's basically the same thing over, but the rhythm, it makes it unique. So it's and then we got so that's a double stop bend, half step bend with the 8. So I do that by barring it. Some people like to grab both of them. Whatever's comfortable for you. So it's 4 of those. And then 6, 8. And then the same thing again. 8, 6, 8. So. Then he kind of makes a triad B flat chord here. 8, 8, 7. And then hits the 8 on the A string twice. So it's and that's the first half. Okay, so we're halfway there. You just got to take your time with it, nice and slow on these solos. Okay, so the second half starts the same way. And that does a different kind of bend there. And that's, you're going to hold the 9th fret on the B string and the 8th fret on the G string. And you're going to bend just the 8th fret to a whole step, so you're bending up to that note. And then alternate 9, 8, 9, 8. Whoops. So we got. Okay. Then we have a kind of how we did this, alternating, but it's with this double stop 9. And he's using that note from the blues scale, the flat 5 there, as a double stop with the 9 here on the B string. Okay, and it's very similar. And he's just alternating between those two things. And you can listen to it for the rhythm, but that's all he's doing. So. And then he does. So that's double stop on the 6s. And a quick bend on the 9th fret of the high E string, a half bend. Bending up to that note. Then back to the 6s. Then an 8th note on the high E and B string, 8th fret. Double stops on the 9, 8, and 6 frets, G and B strings. And then we have, again with this bend, this is called a unison bend. So he's actually bending the 8th fret and holding down the 6th fret of the B string as well. But he's barring, what you do is you bar the high E and B strings, and then you can bend this and leave it there so you can alternate between this unison bend and that double stop on the 6s on the high E and B strings. So that's what you got there. And that takes us to the last bar. So you got 8, 8 double stops to 6, 8, and it ends like that. So, oh, sorry. Okay, so we got that last little section with the 8 double stop here to 6, back to 8, hammer on, then you're play a double stop, 8th fret D string, 7th fret G string, and end on the 8, on the A string. And the reason that you see him ending on that 8 in both times around is because that's the 5th interval, and if there was a turnaround, that would be where you end on the 5 chord. It's the root of the 5 chord. So that's why you see that. So that's it. We kind of rolled through that pretty quick, but the tabs there, listen. Whenever you're learning a solo, you need to definitely listen to the original recording, excuse me, and play a bar or two, listen to the rhythm, listen to me, rewind, listen to how I'm playing it, and then try to get that 1 or 2 bar down, and then